Good morning, class. Today the lesson is going to be on the accurate method of measuring blood pressure on a client that you have been given. Before we begin the lesson though, I'd like to draw your attention to this cartoon which I found, and I think it's relevant to what we are talking about. You can see that a nurse is trying to measure the blood pressure of a client, and what is the nurse's comment? It's interesting. It says, "Oh my, your blood pressure is boiling." Now, again, like we said, the lesson is going to be on measurement of the blood pressure. So what is going to be our objective? I'd like to draw your attention to the student learning objective. At the end of this lesson, you, the student, will be able to correctly measure the blood pressure when given a client and a sphygmomanometer. And that is going to be our learning objective for this particular lesson. Okay. So let us go on. What exactly is blood pressure? Blood pressure is the pressure that is exerted in our blood vessels as a result of the pumping action of the heart. Why is it important for us to measure blood pressure? It's important for us to measure blood pressure because it helps us to determine the patient's overall well-being. In fact, it is one of the things that is called the vital signs of, the patient. The other thing we need to talk about is the proper procedure in which blood pressure is going to be measured. I'm going to send you to, I have a link to a video clip that we are going to look at right now, and that video clip is going to show us the way in which blood pressure is going to be measured. So I'd like you to watch the video clip, and at the end of the video clip, I shall have you recite the order in which blood pressure is measured. And what is that order? I have given you a handout, and this is the handout that I'm presenting to you right now. If you look at that handout, it shows you the various steps in which the blood pressure is measured. Step 1 is for us to introduce ourselves to the client and the purpose of what we want to do. Step 2 is to perform hand hygiene. Step 3 is to have the patient sitting upright and apply the cuff. We shall, first of all, step 4 helps us to determine the estimated blood pressure. Step 5, we determine the proper blood pressure. Step 6, we remove the cuff from the client. And in step 7, we shall, of course, thank the client for allowing us to check the blood pressure. Again, what is blood pressure? Class. Yes, Charles. Very good. Blood pressure is properly defined as you have defined it. The next question I'd like to ask the class is, why is it important for us to determine the blood pressure? Yes, Nancy? Very good. Very good. That's the proper answer. So right now, class, we shall determine the blood pressure, and I'd like you to watch the video, and after that we shall demonstrate among ourselves. The other thing we need to do at the end of the class is that we shall evaluate the class, and the way we're going to evaluate is by you guys writing a short essay on the proper method of determining blood pressure. Thank you. We'll see you again next time.